Hello everyone. The topic of our presentation is Outdoor Program, Forest School Movement. I will begin by talking about the importance of outdoor play. Outdoor education refers to all experiential learning in the outdoors. However, the term outdoor education is widely used to refer to a range of organized activities which take place in a variety of ways in predominantly outdoor environments. Outdoor education program is a broad term that includes discovery, experimentation, learning about and connecting to the natural world, and engaging in the environmental and adventure activities. There are two fundamental reasons why outdoor play is critical in our early childhood programs. Firstly, many developmental tasks like problem solving, abilities, social interactions, risk taking, fine and gross motor skills are learned through outdoor programs. Secondly, our culture is taking away outdoor play from our children through TV, mobile phones, tablets, unsafe neighborhoods, and busy, tired parents. Thus, we need to incorporate outdoor play into our daily schedules. In this presentation, we will discuss the historical context of traditions, the theorists who influenced this approach, the image of the child, the role of the educator, and the environment. In the end, we will be presenting our activity that reflects the outdoor approach. I will be talking about historical background. First, I will talk about classical tradition. The play has always been a significant part of our cultures all over the globe. Over the last 75 years, the play has drastically changed and evolved. In the early 19th century, a German scholar named Friedrich Froebel created playful learning and emphasized the importance of nature. He gave it the term kindergarten. During 1850, this movement came to the United States. Suzanne Blow opened the first public school kindergarten in 1873. In 1940, Carl Thor Soren, a Danish landscape architect, began working with Hans Dorelem, a school teacher. They worked together on an adventure playground in Denmark. Hurtwood, a British landscape architect, added more to the adventure playground through the open-ended style of play that allows children to explore their imagination and engage in exciting and risky play. In the early 20th century, the outdoor school movement began in Europe. In 1950, it spreads to Sweden and Denmark with a child-led and play-based approach. The second tradition that I will be discussing is modern tradition. The history of outdoor classrooms was not always inclusive. In today's diverse communities, outdoor play needs to be accessible for teachers, students, and communities of diverse cultures, languages, and abilities. We see a shift from overly manufactured playgrounds to natural, ecological designed playgrounds. Today, Germany has the world's most established forest kindergarten program in the world with over 700 in the country. In the 1990s, along with the UK, Canada has independently opened forest schools. The forest movement that started in the US often credited to the best-selling 2000 book titled Last Child in the Woods by Richard Louv, which helped popularize the idea that children should spend as much time as possible in the outdoors.
Okay, we talk about theories influence outdoor program approach. Many authors you can see that influence this program, but I will mention for mm, principle of that. Dewey developed a pragmatical theory. It means that practice and theory are linked. He is called the mother father of experiential education, and he contributed to seed education based on the interests of the child instead of the educator. Is a traditional education instead modern education. John Dewey support this modern education. He described education as an spontaneous process, and he considered the experience of past, the present, and future influence the capacity to learn. One statement that you can see that define Dewey theory is learning by doing, suggesting that the knowledge is gained through active engagement rather than passivity. Finally, Dewey provides a huge support to understand how outdoor education favors all children's development and learning process. Another author is Bronfman Bronner. He proposed the ecological system theory, focusing on the child's environment's quality and content. He put a child in the middle of several systems, and he talked about how those systems influence in the child. He stated that interactions with uh, those environments become more complicate the children's development. Then the systems around the child uh, provide a support for the development of them. About other theories is David Colt. He developed a theory of experiential learning um, and proposed an useful model that uh, talk about develop training practice. He mentioned in his theory the cycle of the learning and tried through four stages to understand how experience and reflection is essential for successful learning. Uh, the influence by this author is that the outdoor education to understand that the process of inquire, explore, and reflect of what happened in the nature facilitates the cognitive, social, and emotional skills in a natural way. No? The last author is Richard Luft. Uh, he made a significant contribution to this approach, and not only significant, I believe current, because he take into account that what happened today with the children. No? He published a book titled Last Child in the Woods, and in this book, he coined the term nature deficit disorder and the criminalization of natural play. He argued that children nowadays are become distant from the natural world, and he stated that the current generation of children is suffering from a denatured childhood with limited outdoor play, with a sedentary life, with a childhood with more interactions with electronic devices than the natural environment outdoors. Luft has launched and continues to propel a campaign that advocates for a world when every child has the opportunity to play, to learn, and to grow in a natural way.
The role of child according to outdoor program approach is central. Children are viewed as competent, outgoing, and capable learners. Also, children consider themselves that they don't need protection, as they are powerful. Moreover, they are knowledgeable. In outdoor programs, children think critically and they play all the time. While playing, they think and try to explore environment around them. When children are engaged in their play, they build relationships with their peers. As they become engaged as partners in learning, they are involved in small group activities. Those activities promote social interactions and problem solving. As children are curious in nature, they explore their environment keenly. Therefore, outdoor program approach promote holistic development of children and youth.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the role of the educator in the outdoor program approach. So, educators should keep the children engaged by encouraging them to learn and explore with different resources and experiences that expand their play. By sharing their own stories and asking them questions, it encourages children to think more deeply. When children are exploring, educators should give them space so they can play freely. During this time, they can observe the children, document their learning, and plan for future activities and experiences. Educators should learn alongside the children by playing and exploring with them. It's very important that educators promote the children's safety. They should make sure that the area is safe and assess the risks for specific activities so that children are able to play freely and safely. Educators should promote a sense of community between the children, parents, and the environment.
Okay, I'm talking about family involvement in outdoor program approach. Uh, Parents have a fundamental role as the first and most important teacher of children. Outdoor programs have a lot of benefits. Parents demonstrate and believe that children do not need manufactured toys to have meaningful play experience. That nature's simplest elements alone can provide rich play and skill development opportunities for their children. One of the benefits of outdoor programs is that the parents better understand their children and can connect with them. Outdoor programs help parents identify skills development that occurs in children in nature. Outdoor programs support families' experience related to spending time in nature. Outdoor programs change parents' perception and behaviors related to spending time in nature. Outdoor programs supporting parents' understanding of their children's learning in outdoor environment. And outdoor programs could be easy to access and available at no cost outside only of the investment in outerwear and footwear.
So we will display a video now and that shows how outdoor education works and which activities we can introduce in our practice.
Nature-based early childhood education is this broad umbrella term that incorporates lots of different program models. And though all of those program models have in common that they bring together the best of early childhood and environmental education. What happens is there's dual goals of both child development, but also environmental sustainability and this connection to the natural world and something bigger than ourselves. So a nature-based preschool has 3 physical spaces of the inside, outside, and beyond, the area outside the play area. And they're outside or beyond 30% of the day at minimum. Generally speaking, there's sort of a typical structure of the day. So we start with outdoor play, and that's anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, to maybe longer, depending on how play is going, right? It's all dependent on what the children are engaged with. Then they will gather as a group and welcome everyone, who's missing, sort of community building time. And then during that group meeting, they will often do an activity, a teacher-led activity that will then prompt whatever the hike is going to be, the experience to the beyond. Then they'll go out onto the beyond. The beyond time might be half hour, might be an hour. It could be the rest of the day. And then there's usually snack time. Again, snack might be back in the main building. It might be outside in the play area. It might still be out in the beyond that they've taken with them. And then there's always another choice time where there's free play again. And that play might happen, again, indoors, might be in the outdoor play area, it might be in the beyond. So the location of these parts of the day varies, but the parts of the day happen in the same order so that children know what to expect. Often programs will have a small group activity towards the end of the day where a teacher is working with 5 or 6 kids on a particular activity that's led by the teacher, but of course still open-ended. And that, I think that with the role of the teacher being a co-learner, right, more than this didactic all-knowing being of here, I'm going to teach you what I know. But if I'm a co-learner with the children, I'm discovering all of this wonder and awe as well. And so then we can learn together.
Oh no, I made the wrong choice. It got stuck against the tree. Should we go the other way?
Look, I saw.
Ooh, he's a cool roly-poly. He kind of has stripes on him. Oh, look at all his friends. Okay. Ooh, you sit on me. Oh. You know what I noticed about his antenna? Look at his antenna are kind of bent. They go boop, boop, boop. Let's see if he can flip himself over. You think he can do it? There. Yeah. He did it.
Everything that happens related to the curriculum is centered around nature and what is happening seasonally. Because the children are outside playing in that natural world, what they're interested in is of course going to be seasonally based and driven by their interest. But they're also emphasizing learning with nature more than learning in or about nature, so that we're really using the natural world as another teacher, and our learning is emerging from what we're experiencing at the time. Children need to be outside. They need this connection as part of their day-to-day life, not as an extra, not as some thing we just do every once in a while, but an ongoing, regular experience with the natural world for their whole development, if they're going to be whole children and ultimately whole adults, which is our goal. No matter where you are, whatever your program is, every program can integrate the outdoors in on some level. So even if it's an urban space or in a very natural wild space in the middle of nowhere, everyone has the opportunity to integrate nature into their program in more authentic and meaningful ways. The nature-based approach really does change lives across the board, from kids to parents to teachers. And the more we do it, the more we can have a positive impact on the world.
This video illustrates how outdoor programs works and what type of activity we can do with children. Outdoor program is essential for a good development of children. That's it. Thank you for listening, and thank you for all.
Okay, say goodbye. This is all.
Goodbye.
Let's work with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Mariana. Bye, Green.
Bye.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.